One day in 1982, Larry Walters decided he wanted a new view of the neighborhood. So he purchased the standard 45 used weather balloons and strapped himself to his lawn chair and prepared for liftoff. Of course, he took along a 6-pack of beer and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a BB gun. The thought on the BB gun being he could shoot the balloons one at a time when he was ready to land. Walters figured maybe he'd get 100 feet off the ground, but was amazed when his lawn chair soared more than 11,000 feet into the sky. It made for an exciting day, especially given the fact he was adrift in the middle of the traffic pattern for the Los Angeles International Airport. Larry was too afraid to shoot any balloons, so he stayed aloft for more than 2 hours, forcing the airport to close its runways for much of the afternoon, causing flight delays across the country. This is Tom Miller, pastor of Central Assembly in Superior, Wisconsin, and this is Fuel for the Fire, volume 646. You can't just sit there. When Mr. Walters was safely on the ground, the police were on the scene to issue a hefty fine. Personally, I give him high marks for ingenuity and originality, but like the East German judge, I grade him low because he failed to stick the landing. Reporters there to capture the moment asked him 3 questions. Were you scared? Yes. Would you do it again? No. But it's his answer to the 3rd question, why did you do it, that applies here. Because, he said, you can't just sit there. Why do we climb Mount Everest? Because it's there. And why do we strap 45 weather balloons to our lawn chair, propelling us 11,000 feet into the air? Because you can't just sit there. Hey, you can't make this stuff up. But you know, church could learn something from Mr. Walters. The church would thrive if everyone understood you can't just sit there. Imagine ministry rosters filled to overflowing. Imagine nurseries fully staffed, too many cooks in the kitchen, and greeters galore. After all, 1 Timothy 4:14 tells us not to neglect the gifts within us. And Psalm 100 verse 2 reminds us to serve the Lord with gladness. It really does feel good to serve. You can't just sit there and feel good about yourself. It's wired into us to contribute. The church experience is enhanced as we offer our efforts, share our skills, and help to move the work forward. It feels good to be part of something bigger than we are as individuals. Why do we serve? I think Larry Walters hit the nail on the head when he said, because you can't just sit there. You've heard of couch potatoes? Church has pew potatoes, plenty of them. But the Word of God tells you today you need to serve. So grab a neon vest and head out to the parking lot. Find the children's ministry leaders and sign up to teach kids. Throw on a smock and get to work in the nursery, or an apron and toil in the kitchen. Serve refreshments in the coffee shop. Help with the youth. Maintain the building and grounds. Take a turn somewhere. Why should you serve? Because you can't just sit there. That's the way I see it. And that's a little fuel for the fire. And remember, I love you guys.